Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a sit down video on my acne journey. I have been talking about it on previous videos, complaining about it, moaning about it, and I thought that why not I just sit down and just vent if I have to, or just tell you guys my journey. I apologize for the noises. I do live by the main road, so cars drive by all the time. Also, I think my neighbors are still cutting their grass. Yep, they still are. So if you guys hear that sound, I apologize. Also, just to throw that in there, I will be sipping some water while I talk because this is a bit of a sensitive topic. Yeah, using my Herbalife shaker. I do still sell them, so if you guys are looking to buy, contact me on my Instagram. I'll leave my details on the description box. So yeah, let's get started. So like any acne stories or journeys or things that I've heard before, it all starts when puberty starts. So like everyone else, my acne started once puberty started. It started a month before my period started. It started a month before my period started, and I didn't really care about it because I was a kid. I mean, I was like 13 when it started. So I didn't really care about it. Also, I was still in primary school. But once I got into high school, it became a big deal because people would like comment or point out that you have a pimple there, or some would even ask if they could pop it for you. So I started like noticing it in high school, and it bothered me. So I told my mom about it, and she was recommended by a colleague to get me Gentle Magic. If you don't live in South Africa, you won't know this, but I feel like everyone who follows me lives in South Africa. So Durban, you guys know Gentle Magic. It's that box lotion thingy, and it's green. So they recommended Gentle Magic, and they said I should use it all the time, and I would use it all the time, but nothing would change. Then my skin started to get very oily, so I was recommended Pond's, and I've been using Pond's since. I love Pond's. It helps with my oily skin, and I do have oily skin, so far it's the only thing that I feel like is good for my skin when it becomes oily. But yeah, so they recommended Pond's, so I started using Pond's, which I'm still using. It helped with the oily part of my problems, but it didn't help with the pimples or the acne still going on, and it went strong. It kept building up. I would get it like everywhere. So then I was recommended Centaur or Santal. It's a soap. They said it helps with the pimples, and I started using that. I used that, I think, from grade 9 till grade 11. I used the soap. The only thing it did is make the spots, the scarring lighter. Other than that, it didn't really help with the pimples, so I also stopped using that. I stopped using the Gentle Magic, and then I stopped using the Centaur, and I just stopped using skincare stuff, period. I also stopped using Pond's. I thought that because my skin was sensitive, I knew it was sensitive because the products I would use, they would start tingling, and maybe I'll get a rash here and there. So I stopped using it, and I stopped having a skin care routine. It wasn't even a routine, but I stopped that, and I left my skin like that. The acne carried on. I just didn't care anymore because it just kept getting worse, It's like, you know, when you try to stop something and it just doesn't stop, it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And I was like, I'm just tired, so I just stopped everything, and the acne just kept growing or getting worse ish. To me, it was getting worse. I feel like to other people, it was just a normal thing, but to me, it felt like it was just getting really, really bad. Um, but then in matric, I started really, really liking watching YouTube people. I mean, I did watch YouTube, but I watched it for like educational things, like if I had a project and I needed guidance or something like that, I would watch YouTube. I never watched it to watch people do makeup or skincare or vlogs and all those other things. I never watched it for that until matric, and I watched Mihlali's acne journey thingy, and she talked about it, and she talked about the products she was using and whatnot, and I was like so intrigued. I was like, if it could work with her. She's also South African, so that was like the main thing for me, because you know, you watch American people from the UK, Australia, and you think, I think it works for them because they live there. It wouldn't work for me because there's difference in climax, weather. It's just different. The whole thing, we just different. That's what I thought. So if they would talk about skincare, I would just be like, oh, it's because you live here, or oh, it's because you are this type of race and whatnot. I just never thought that it would work for a South African female until I watched Mihlali, and that's when I became obsessed with her. Off topic, but yeah, I watched her acne journey video, and I was enlightened. It was like a light bulb just went on, and I was like, oh my god, maybe it can work for me. So I googled products that would work for me, and by the way, I'm still in high school, so I wanted everything to be under budget, my budget, because we weren't really allowed allowances in high school, because, well, I don't know, but we were not really allowed allowances in high school. So I had to think about if I could afford things. That also, I didn't tell my mom about this. I just thought of it on my own. So I thought about it, I planned about it, I saved some money, and the products that enticed me the most was Pond's. So that's when I went back to using Pond's, and for me, I thought less will do more. So I just had three products that I thought would work, and it worked on that year. So I had a face wash, a toner, and the Pond's you guys know that Pond's thingy, the lasting oil control thing. It's like a cute little, it's in a box, it's small, it's like a, oh, I forgot what that thing is called, but like it's the Pond's lasting oil control thing. Sorry. So those are the three products I used. I used them my whole matric. I kept using them all over and over and over and over again, and my skin started looking better. It wasn't a drastic change, but I would only get acne around the time of my period. That's when it like went like really bad, but other than that, it would be like okay. So I saw some changes, and I was like, okay, I'm liking this. Then on my first year, I opted for a color instead of the lasting oil control lotion thing or face cream thing. I opted for the box one. It was the color complex one where it evened out my tone, because my skin tone, because even though it was working, I started looking, my skin started changing. Like, as you guys can see, my face is lighter than my body, and I get it. It's because I used a lot of products that I thought would work for my acne. Instead, it lightened my face even more. But it was like I was 3 shades, like I was lighter on my cheeks, but my forehead was like dark, so I wanted to even it out. So I started using the color complex one. Yeah, color complex one. But I still used the toner and the face wash. For me, those products worked best. It worked best, especially because it also had SPF 15. I didn't really care about sunscreen because sunscreen makes you look gray, and I didn't want to look gray, so I was like, I'm not gonna get sunscreen, but I will get products that have SPF in it, so that my skin is protected. So that's why I was using color complex, and my skin was like, guys, when I say my skin looked good, well, for me it looked really good. I loved my skin. First year in uni, I looked okay. It was like so nice. Less pimples, less scarring. I still had pores though, because even though they say don't pop your pimples, it irritated me. So if I would have whiteheads, I would pop them. Or even my cousin, like if I would like sitting next to her and she's seen a whitehead, she would literally pop it. So I still had pores, but my skin was good. And then second year, my skin was the best. Second year, literally my skin was the best, because we were stuck at home because of COVID. I didn't get to go anywhere, so I wasn't around the sun much. I was always inside, and it was also around winter time, so my skin was at its best. I feel like the only thing I would complain about in regards to my skin would be I started peeling a lot, and it happens around the winter times, but it's usually my ears. But last year I think it peeled worse, because it was my ears and my forehead, sometimes my nose, sometimes my chin, but it was mostly my ears and my forehead. But that's the only thing I would complain about that happened last year. So, and my skin was at its best last year. Also this year, when the year started, my skin was like, ooh, it was so nice. But 3 months ago, everything took a 360. When I say my skin went from good to worse, I'm like, it was so bad. And my mom would think that because I started when my skin started getting better and I started looking better, I started wearing makeup like every weekend. When we go out, I'd wear makeup for taking pictures, and whatnot. Also I would like practice, so I got better at doing it. So my mom thought that my acne came back because I was doing that, but it wasn't because of that. I don't think it was because of makeup, because if it was because of makeup, it would have happened last year or the year before, because I've been putting makeup since my first year. It took a 360, and I still don't have a reason why my face is like this right now. But I've been trying my best to stop doing makeup. Like I've been saying on my makeup videos, that the only time that I do makeup is if I have to do a makeup video, or if I had to take a picture. But I haven't posted in a month on my Instagram, so that says a lot. But I have been doing makeup videos here and there. Even for my vlogs, I don't wear makeup. You guys see, I don't wear makeup all the time. I don't wear makeup if I'm going to school or if I'm just going out anymore. I am always like this, so I don't think it's the makeup that's making my face so bad. I thought that maybe my skin is getting used to the product that I keep using, so I switched it up a bit. I switched the toning lotion. I'm still using the Pond's, but instead of the pink one, I'm using the one with lemon extract, because again, I googled and it said that lemon does help with acne, and I thought that having something that has lemon in it would help. I also started using calamari, and you guys know calamari, it is what black people use. Like we use that, like if you have rash. It's also was a prescription from a dermatologist, my dermatologist at my mom's work, that I should use the calamari. So I've been using that every evening. I put it for at least 3 hours and then I wash it off. I've also started doing my skincare. Like I used to do it like once. I mean, I wash my face twice a day, but I would use the whole product thingy, like the face wash, toner, exfoliator, at night, because usually if I had worn makeup during the day, at night I wanna do the whole pamper thing. But I started doing it in the morning too, and in the evening or at night. I also started exfoliating more because even though my skin is oily, during the winter it does start to peel a lot. So I started exfoliating my face. I am using the Johnson & Johnson. I opted for Johnson & Johnson because one, I mean, who doesn't like Johnson & Johnson? It smells great. But it was like the gentle exfoliator, which I could use like every day. It wasn't like harsh or anything for my skin, so I used the Johnson & Johnson one for everyday use. I also switched up on my face wash. Instead of using the oil control one, I'm using the color complex one, the ones that would remove the dark marks or scarring. I don't really have like dark marks. My marks turn red, like if you could, like, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but like see the acne over here, it is red, like even over here. It also changes my forehead. Like my forehead is like two colors now, like it's lighter over here but it's like darker over here. It looks like I contoured my forehead, but I didn't do anything. And I also started using the pimple cream that I normally have on my vlogs. You guys probably have seen it in my vlogs if you watch my vlogs. But I started using pimple cream. I'll put it on the areas where I have the pimple or on the pimple itself, and I'm hoping that works. I think I will do an updated video on if switching up the products has made my skin better, or if I'm gonna start using different products. I'm also thinking or looking into getting a facial, but a lot of people say that when they get facials, they get more pimples. So I don't know. I'm just looking into it right now. If I do it, I will obviously take the camera with me and I'll show you the whole process. And yeah, I've vented. I'm so tired of my face, you guys. It bothers me so bad, especially when people start seeing it. I mean, I don't, if I'm the one bothered by the pimples, then I feel like it's okay. But once people are like, oh my gosh, your face is getting worse, oh my gosh, what is happening to your face? Like my aunt, whenever we visit, she's always like, oh my god, your face is getting worse, and I'm like, I know, and I smile, but I know inside it's like hurting me. Also, I was in a taxi on my way back home after school, and this lady, I was sitting next to this lady, and she looked at me. She looked at me and she was like, you know your face has pimples, right? And I'm like, yes, I know. And she's like, and then she looks forward and she looks at me again. She's like, you know, if you want to remove it, you can use this and this and this and this and that. And I mean, thank you for advising me. Thank you for your concern, I guess. But like, it bothers me so much. Like, why do you have to point out the obvious? I know my skin has a problem. I know it's been bothering me for years, but like once people start pointing out, especially people you don't know, it hurts so bad, like so bad, and I don't like that. So I'm hoping that by December that my skin is better, because I'm trying to have a hot girl summer and I can't have it if I'm like busy complaining about my skin. Oh, you guys, this is so irritating. Anyway, I think I've rambled way too much and I've vented way too much. This is the longest talk video I've ever had. My throat is paining. Anyway, this is it for the video, you guys. If y'all have any acne stories, if y'all have any acne advice, products you think I should try to help with my skin, please comment down below and tell me. Or you can also DM me on my Instagram. I will leave my details on the description box. I love you guys so much, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I am trying to reach a certain goal. I don't want to say it out loud what goal I'm trying to reach this year specifically. Manifesting. So yeah, please subscribe, share this video. I hope it was useful or informative. I hope it was useful and informative. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.